All right, so this is the big news we are tracking at this hour. Manipur police brutality on display yet again, and tension prevails in Manipur capital city Imphal as police fired in the air and burst tear gas shells late into the night yesterday and before dawn today as agitating Manipur University students and police clashed in Imphal, leading to injuries to several people, including 2 women. The scuffle escalated hours before the 48-hour general strike called by the Manipur University Students' Union, or MUSU, was coming to an end at midnight. And while police resorted to tear gas shelling, firing in the air, following a scuffle that took place between the agitators and the police, in the process grievously injuring some of the protesters. And police also resorted to lathi charge to disperse the agitating crowd. And 3 hours ahead of the midnight, agitators were on the streets taking out a torchlight vigil, extending their support to the 48 hours general strike of MUSU and to mark ending of the 2-day statewide shutdown. And it was then that clash between the agitators and security personnel broke out, and the ongoing agitation, seemingly unending agitation, demanding removal of the Manipur University Vice-Chancellor, has now entered its 51st day, and it seems highly unlikely that end to all the drama is around the corner, and not now, certainly, with now the situation turning as violent as it did last night.
Well, 50 days and counting, and there seems to be no end in sight to the ongoing Manipur University impasse, but the protesters are determined to fight till the end. Talking exclusively to Northeast Live over the phone from Imphal, Manipur University Teachers Association spokesperson Professor Nimai said the relentless protest for the removal of Vice-Chancellor A.P. Pandey has got a shot in the arm following the public support it received. Slamming the centre and the state government for their alleged indifferent attitude towards the protest of the students, Professor Nimai said the students will not approach the Chief Minister or the Prime Minister on the issue, but continue with their genuine protest. He also questioned as to why it was so difficult for the centre to remove the Vice-Chancellor. Asserting that it has become a Manipur versus centre or Manipur versus BJP kind of a situation now, Professor Nimai also demanded the resignation of Chief Minister N. Biren Singh.
Professor Nimai, of course, the situation seems to be going totally out of hand in Imphal. So what is the way forward? I mean, the situation might even worsen, and this is putting the lives of students and protesters also at risk, as we just saw from what happened last night.
Yes. Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Central government is to adamant. Okay. So they are not listening to the sentiment of the people in Manipur University and the people of Manipur in general. Okay. Okay. That is the point. So what is the harm to remove that fellow or suspend that fellow and put one in charge VC and to find out a very high level inquiry committee, independent inquiry committee? What is the harm in that? Why is there affair of that one?
Yes. So what will be your next effort? Are you thinking of approaching the Prime Minister directly, probably?
No. We won't approach. We are not the beggars. We are not approaching. Okay. We won't go to Delhi. We won't go to Chief Minister. We won't go to the President. We will do. It is the Manipur versus the center. Manipur versus BJP in the center. Okay.
Manipur
the war has started.
So you will not approach the PM. You will not approach the CM on this case. Matter.
We won't approach PM. We won't approach President. They are all people from UP. Okay.
So what will be your way forward? You will continue the agitation?
Yes, we will continue the agitation. Now it is supported by the people of Manipur, by everyone. It is the issue of Manipur. We are forcing Chief Minister to resign. Okay.
Okay, and my last question to you, Professor Nimai. Of course, the lives of the students, even the people of the state may be at certain kind of danger because of the protest.
Yes, I understand your question. At the time when there was a foreigner issue in Assam, there was a 4 to 5 years loss. And if it is a matter of principle, it is inevitable, and there is no choice. The ball is at the court of the state government and the center.
Okay, thank you.
And earlier, we also spoke to President of the Manipur University Students' Union, Dayaman. Well, Dayaman, while speaking to Northeast Live, condemned the brutality of the Manipur police upon the agitators late yesterday night. Let's listen into what he had to say.
You see, all the people of yesterday's agitations at different places were come out voluntarily. You see, the sentiment of the people of this state is very clear. All of the people in our state do not want a vice chancellor here. All have stand together against the vice chancellor. Then you see, MHRD and the state government, they should know that the vice chancellor is not no more. He is no more welcome in Manipur. And then the vice chancellor himself should know this, and the Union HR Ministry and the state government should know this, and should take immediate action on this regard. Failing with, there will be more and more intensified agitations from different sections of this society. So I think the MHRD and state government should take immediate action. Even the visitor's office, looking into the seriousness of this matter, he should take immediate action.
Right. The police and the government needs to come up with some serious answers for what happened last night. No doubt about that. But talking about the solution, because that is the need of the hour right now, the solution to the crisis of the vice chancellor. So do you think at some point in time you might also have to compromise with going ahead with the probe and not demand for the ouster of the vice chancellor prior to the probe? How do you think the solution is going to reach that?
No. Today is the 51st day. So today is the 51st day, and you see, before the general strike, Manipur Students' Union and the students' the university community have taken out only democratic agitations. But you see, we were compelled to call the general strike by the silence of the MHRD and their stand of backing the incumbent vice chancellor, without considering the life and career of the students and the future of Manipur University. So this is very unfortunate, but we will stand very united, and with the support of the people of Manipur, we are going to continue until the vice chancellor is
regardless of the resistance put forth by the government and the police, you will not lower the intensity of your agitation in any way.
Yes.
And just to remind our viewers, this is the ongoing crisis in Manipur University, which started on the 30th of May and it's entered its 51st day today. All right, to get more inputs on this, a better perspective on the ongoing crisis, we're now being joined over phone line by our editor-in-chief, Wasbir Hussain. All right, Wasbir, what are the chances of a breakthrough in the current stalemate?
Well, you see, this agitation has put the government of Mr. Biren Singh, the Chief Minister, in the dock. The government is absolutely cornered. We all know that this is a central university, but at the end of the day, this movement has gone out of the university campus. This has gone into the state domain. The people from different walks of life in the state are participating in this agitation. The Mera Paivis and the other people are also joining. There has been a torchlight procession yesterday. And of course, the situation has totally gone out of control. That is evident by the fact that the police resorted to blank fire, burst tear gas shells, and of course the brutality that is unleashed on students. This is something which has not been taken kindly by the people of Manipur. So in this backdrop, today, a lot of people who are close to the Chief Minister and Biren Singh and his government are now advising the Manipur government to actually take charge of the situation and impress upon the center that they have to act in the interest of the university and in the interest of the state. The state is the Biren Singh government has been advised not to allow the situation to drift further, not to escalate things to a level where it goes totally beyond control of the state agencies. Now, in this backdrop, one of the suggestions that has been given by close aides, people who are close to the government, is that the Vice Chancellor should be asked to step aside until the inquiry that has been instituted is complete. This is a concrete suggestion which people are giving to the government of Biren Singh, that the VC Pandey should step aside until the probe is actually completed, or rather started, and then reaches its conclusion. But the point now is how to have an escape route, honorable escape route from the Vice Chancellor, who is someone to having close political linkages. Now, one of the suggestions is that the Vice Chancellor Pandey might himself decide to step aside. These are some of the suggestions that the government has received from people who are close to it in the last 12 hours.
All right, Wasbir, just another question to you there. Just earlier, the state government had given medical cover, and they had also suspended the constables who had resorted to lathi charge. And yet again, a similar incident happened last night. Aren't the two extremely contradictory, what they're doing?
Well, the fact that the state government suspended two policemen, one assistant sub-inspector and a police constable, suspended for excesses unleashing their might on the students, is itself an indication of the extraordinary length to which the police brutality has been unleashed on the students. The fact that has been amounts to an admission by the state authorities that there had been excesses, due to which the two policemen have been suspended. So in view of this, despite this, as I have said before, that the Manipur police have very poor crowd control techniques that has been evident in the situation in the last couple of days. In fact, perhaps what I personally feel, subject to correction, of course, is that the Manipur police is finding it difficult to draw a line between tackling insurgency and law and order situation and tackling a student agitation. This is something which the Chief Minister Biren Singh and his deputy, who is the former DGP, has to understand and has to look into. This is something which is a huge challenge to the state. Its police force just cannot restrain themselves. So that is something which is something which the state is concerned about, or should be concerned about. And in recent weeks, as we've seen the agitation in Shillong, how the Shillong police dealt with the situation. The authorities in Shillong have demonstrated maximum restraint, into which the situation got prevented from escalating into a full-blown street battle. So this is an example right in front of the Manipur police, and they have a lot to learn from the authorities in Meghalaya.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thanks for joining us, Wasbir. So that was our editor-in-chief, Wasbir Hussain, giving us his perspective on the ongoing Manipur University crisis that only seems to be escalating, only seems to be deepening, as none of the protesters or the state and central government seem to budge, and the stalemate continues.